Do you ever find yourself saying or doing something in the heat of the moment, only to regret it deeply afterwards? Do intense emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety often feel like they take the wheel, leading to reactions that undermine your peace and your relationships? It's a common human struggle to feel at the mercy of our emotional waves. What if there was a way to navigate these powerful feelings with grace, wisdom, and intentionality? What if, instead of being swept away, you could learn to observe, understand, and skillfully respond to your emotions, drawing on profound mental habits from Japanese minimalism? Today, we're unveiling 7 powerful mental habits from Japanese minimalists designed to help you master your emotional reactions. This isn't about suppressing what you feel, but about training your mind to create space, gain perspective, and choose your response, leading to a calmer, more controlled, and genuinely wiser you. Ready to transform emotional impulsivity into mindful mastery? Stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable mental tools to build emotional resilience and respond with intentional calm. If you're tired of reactive patterns and ready to cultivate emotional wisdom, hit that subscribe button now. Let's train our minds for emotional mastery together. The Japanese approach to emotional mastery, beyond suppression. When we talk about mastering emotions, the common misconception is that it means suppressing them, stuffing them down, pretending they don't exist, or forcing ourselves to be positive. But this approach is not only ineffective, it's often detrimental, leading to emotional buildup, resentment, and a disconnection from our authentic selves. Japanese minimalism, deeply rooted in Zen philosophy, offers a far more profound and sustainable path. It doesn't seek to eliminate emotions. They are, after all, a vital part of the human experience. Instead, it focuses on training the mind to observe emotions without immediate identification, to accept their impermanent nature, to cultivate non-attachment, and ultimately, to choose a wise and skillful response rather than an impulsive reaction. At its core, Japanese minimalism removes the external clutter that often fuels our chaotic internal reactions and, crucially, creates the mental space necessary for conscious choice. It's about building an inner sanctuary where emotional waves can be felt, understood, and then allowed to pass without capsizing your inner peace. 7 mental habits to master. Emotional reactions. Here are 7 powerful mental habits inspired by Japanese minimalist principles that will train your mind to master emotional reactions. Mental habit 1. Cultivating the intentional pause. Often, our emotional reactions are automatic, born from a perceived lack of time or space to process. We react instantly without thought. When you feel a strong emotion begin to rise, whether it's irritation, defensiveness, or excitement, consciously insert a or an empty space before you speak or act. This means taking a deliberate pause, even if it's just for a few seconds. Is the Japanese concept of valuing the space between things. Mentally, it's the gap you create between an emotional trigger and your response. This tiny space is where freedom lies. It breaks the automatic stimulus-response loop, giving your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, a chance to catch up and engage. Practice it. The 3-breath pause. When feeling overwhelmed or triggered, simply close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, fully exhaling each one. During these breaths, observe the emotion without judgment. This short pause creates the necessary mental habit. 2. Asking, is this truly necessary? Kanketsu. Our lives are cluttered with unnecessary tasks, obligations, and thoughts. This external clutter often translates into internal complexity, making our emotional lives similarly messy and reactive. When faced with an emotional impulse to argue, complain, defend, or react defensively, apply kanketsu by asking yourself, is this emotional reaction truly necessary for the current situation, or is it adding unnecessary complexity, clutter, This question forces you to filter your emotional energy through a minimalist lens. Just as you declutter physical items, you mentally declutter reactive impulses. It helps you distinguish between a necessary, constructive emotional response and a chaotic, self-serving, or destructive emotional reaction. It brings clarity to your emotional output. Practice it. Before engaging in an emotionally charged conversation or sending an impulsive text, pause. Mentally ask, is this reaction necessary to achieve my desired outcome, or will it just create more emotional clutter? Mental habit 3. Embracing Ichigo Ichie. We often resist unpleasant emotions, wishing they weren't there, or clinging to pleasant ones, fearing their departure. This resistance and clinging amplify emotional suffering. When experiencing any emotion, good or bad, acknowledge its presence by affirming, this feeling is here, now, in this unique moment. It will pass. This embodies Ichigo Ichie, recognizing the impermanent nature of everything. This habit fosters radical acceptance. By treating each emotion as a unique, fleeting visitor that arises and departs, you reduce your struggle against it. You stop fighting the feeling, which paradoxically lessens its grip. It teaches non-attachment to emotional states, knowing that clinging only prolongs discomfort. Practice it. When anxiety or joy arises, instead of pushing it away or holding on to it, mentally say, this anxiety or joy is here, in this unique moment. It will pass. Observe it like a cloud drifting across the sky. Mental habit 4. Practicing Shoshin. Our past experiences condition our emotional reactions. We assume we know how a certain emotion feels or what it means, which often prevents us from truly understanding it in the present. When an emotion surfaces, approach it with Shoshin. Instead of labeling it immediately, ask, what is this emotion actually like, right now, as if I've never felt it before? Observe its sensations, its intensity, its location in your body, without judgment or preconceived notions. This mental habit breaks the cycle of automatic, habitual reactions. By observing the emotion with fresh eyes, you create cognitive distance. You shift from being the emotion to observing the emotion. This detachment allows for clearer assessment and less impulsive responses, preventing old emotional patterns from dominating. Practice it. Next time you feel anger instead of reacting, close your eyes for a moment. Ask, where exactly is this anger in my body? What color is it? What texture? How does it feel if I just observe it without judgment? Mental habit 5. Applying Zanshin. Often, after an emotional surge, we either immediately replay the event or jump into the next distraction, missing a crucial opportunity for learning and closure. After an intense emotional reaction has subsided, practice Zanshin. For a brief moment, consciously revisit the emotional event with mindful awareness, asking, what just happened? What triggered it? How did I react? What can I learn from this? Zanshin teaches profound emotional intelligence. It prevents the emotional debris from lingering and accumulating, leading to healthier emotional processing. By creating a dedicated moment for reflection, you identify patterns, understand triggers, and gain insights into more skillful responses for the future, building long-term emotional mastery. Practice it. After an argument, a stressful meeting, or even a moment of great joy, take a 60-second pause. Mentally review the event and your emotional curve. What was the trigger? What was your response? What wisdom can you glean? Mental habit 6. The Hone Tateme. Self-check. We often experience internal emotional tension when our true feelings clash with our public persona or social expectations. Suppressing hone can lead to internal pressure and eventual reactive outbursts. When you feel an emotional dissonance between what you're showing externally and what you genuinely feel inside, acknowledge your hon, true feelings, privately. Mentally affirm, I acknowledge my true feeling about this, without judgment. I don't need to act on it now, but I accept it. This habit reduces internal pressure and prevents the buildup of unexpressed emotions that can later erupt explosively. By giving your true feelings silent acknowledgement, you validate them, reducing their power to control you from the subconscious. It's a form of internal emotional decluttering. Practice it. If you're smiling when you feel annoyed or agreeing when you disagree, step away for a moment, even just mentally. Silently acknowledge your true feeling. I actually feel annoyed, disagreeable about this, and that's okay. Breathe. Mental habit 7. Focusing on chowa. Intense emotions disrupt our inner balance and harmony. If left unchecked, this can lead to prolonged states of stress and reactivity. After any emotional fluctuation, intentionally focus on restoring your inner chowa. Mentally affirm, I am returning to my natural state of balance and peace. This habit is about proactively regulating your nervous system and consciously guiding your mind back to equilibrium. It recognizes that harmony is not a default, but a state to be actively cultivated. By consciously seeking balance, you reduce the duration and intensity of negative emotional states, building resilience. Practice it. After a challenging moment, find a quiet spot. Take a few slow, deep breaths, visualizing balance returning to your body and mind. Gently affirm, Chowa o taisetsu ni, I am returning to harmony. Why these mental habits? Work, a masterclass in emotional agility. These 7 mental habits, deeply rooted in Japanese minimalist philosophy, are not about suppressing emotions, but about a sophisticated training of the mind for emotional agility and mastery. They work by creating cognitive distance. Habits like Ma and Shoshin teach your mind to observe emotions from a respectful distance, preventing immediate engulfment. Promoting conscious choice. By inserting a pause and asking questions, you move from reactive impulse to intentional response. Fostering acceptance and release. Ichigo, Ichi-e, and Isagiosa train you to let go of emotional clinging and resistance, reducing suffering. Building emotional intelligence. Zanshin encourages crucial self-reflection, leading to a deeper understanding of your emotional patterns. Cultivating inner resilience. By actively restoring chowa, you build your capacity to return to a state of balance quickly and consistently. This proactive mental training fundamentally rewires your brain, reducing automatic emotional reactivity and increasing your capacity for wisdom, calm, and genuine control over your emotional landscape. It's a powerful shift from being a victim of your feelings to becoming their compassionate, skillful guide. The profound wisdom of Japanese minimalism offers a gentle, yet incredibly powerful pathway to master your emotional reactions. It teaches you to move beyond ineffective suppression and embrace a mindful approach that cultivates deep self-awareness, radical acceptance, and genuine emotional resilience. By integrating these 7 mental habits, from cultivating Ma and asking, is this necessary? And to embracing wabi-sabi in your emotions and restoring inner chowa, you learn to observe, understand, accept, and gracefully respond to your feelings rather than being controlled by them. Which of these transformative mental habits resonates most with you today? Pick 1 or 2 that speak directly to your most common emotional challenges and commit to practicing them intentionally. How will you begin to integrate their subtle power to navigate your emotions with greater wisdom? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I read every single one, and your journey inspires others. If this video has opened your eyes to a new way to understand and respond to your emotions, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might also be yearning for a more balanced, peaceful inner life. Your journey to emotional mastery, rooted in the elegant simplicity of Japanese minimalism, begins now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.